even when it comes to conversations about the right usage of words, I feel that can also become a discriminatory act.
Yeah.
Because if I don't know the word, please teach me.
Yeah.
There was always the danger of
course,
the topic,
yeah.
but I feel that if in your heart you do your research.
Yeah, of course, I mean, I
So
get what you're saying.
So I took my family out and it made so much sense.
Yeah.
There is positive anxiety, there's negative anxiety.
A lot of people have this preconceived notion, especially when you're working or collaborating with Aamir, that he really is like he will micromanage things. Is what
He will never micromanage because I feel he's so busy in his life and he is so one of the topmost. Why would he want to get up in the morning and say, okay, today I'm going to micromanage people? No, it's not like that.
Hi, this is Bhavna and you're watching India Today. Well, if you loved the trailer of Sitaare Zameen Par, I'm very sure you're going to love the film. And I have the director with me right here only on India Today, RS Prasanna sir. Firstly, a huge welcome. How are you?
I'm feeling great.
Are you nervous at any point? Because the film is coming at a point where obviously a lot is being said about how the industry is working or how films are doing at the theatre, and to have a film which is devoid of any action per se, it's playing more on the emotional strength, right? Is there a sense of like, I don't know how it's going to do, but let's see how it is going to be?
Frankly, no. I think what matters to me as an audience and what matters to me as a filmmaker is that I feel that any good film which entertains the audience, any good film that brings something fresh and something that is relatable to the audience will become, a film that hopefully touches the audience's heart and entertains them, will definitely become a film that people will watch.
Yeah,
that's the school I come from.
Yeah.
I don't think it's genre specific. I come from the school of thought that if there's a great action film, I'll watch it. If there's a great VP film where I feel like crying, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
If there's a film which makes me laugh, I'll watch that.
Yeah.
I love, like a foodie, I love a buffet. So I feel as a film audience too, I'd love all sorts of cinema to.
Absolutely, I completely agree with you. Yeah, but you know, when I watched the trailer and the teaser for Sitaare Zameen Par, for me, I think it hit differently, because although I, of course, as someone like me, I couldn't place myself in those shoes, but what I could place myself in is the emotional wavelength that one goes through, right? I want to understand, how were you, or how did you approach it, because it's very sensitive. You are literally walking on a thin line here, because in today's time, especially the woke times that we are living in, anything done with good intent can also be misinterpreted. How do you walk that line then?
I think one walks, I think the intention with which one does things kind of translates. If it translates, you need a great team to do that. So I think even when I did Shubh Mangal Savdhan, right, there was always the danger of the topic. But I feel that if in your heart you do your research, you kind of understand where we are coming from. There are doctors to guide you. There were doctors who guided me in that journey. And in this journey, I have, organizations and to guide all of us, right? So we did our research, we understood what are the challenges communication challenges that the organizations face in terms of the verbiage, in terms of the words that have to be used and stuff like that. But I feel words are an expression of something in our heart. So if your heart is in the right place, you will learn the right words. Sometimes I feel that we forget that even when it comes to conversations about the right usage of words, I feel that can also become a discriminatory act. Because if I don't know the word, please teach me. But also look at the intention with which I'm saying things, right? I feel that's the school of thought I come from, that there are a lot of things that we will all learn from each other, and we will hold our hands together and learn from each other. That's how
absolutely. I mean, no one learns it from the womb, right? Like, we are all just learning on the
all
go,
of us will learn from each other.
Like, I feel like, but in today's time, the reason why I ask is because, does it make you a bit wary of everything that you're doing? Because like you said, during Shubh Mangal Savdhan, honestly, the social media rage was still manageable. Today, it's just like no one really knows what blows up, what can be taken in a different context completely. As filmmaker, does that sometimes act as a point of like, okay, I don't know if we should visit this line, because although said with good intent, I don't know if people will take it wrong.
See, I think that is something filmmakers do all the time, not only for social media. Filmmakers always have kind of like a process where we check with we constantly need to check if what I'm communicating comes through.
Right.
Now, whether I'm communicating to you directly or I'm communicating to you through the theatres, it is actually a process that every film goes through, not only because of social media, right? Now, even for example, if any subject matter, I don't know, say tomorrow I make a movie on science, right? It's very important for me to talk to the correct experts who guide me on that particular process. So I think to that extent, you have a control over your intention getting translated to your communication through the help of experts in the field. Beyond that, it's a noise to signal ratio kind of a phenomenon, right? So beyond that, I mean, you really can't, nobody can control things beyond that. One only hopes that you make a film that really connects. Therefore, the voices who love the film and the voices who understand the film will grow in size. That's what every filmmaker hopes, right?
Absolutely. But tell me, what was it like in this script? Because of course you have been very picky as to what you want to be a part of. I mean, of course, I mean, it's a no-brainer, I guess, when Aamir Khan comes to you and tells, or when the production house approaches you. But again, what hit? Because it's a difficult script also. I mean, it's challenging and also very difficult to pull off. So you know that what you're taking on could be a risk. How do you weigh the pros and cons before saying that, okay, it's a risk, but it's worth taking?
I think there's a lovely quote I came across, that how do you decide what to do next? A filmmaker said, a filmmaker asked this question, and that filmmaker said that, when I feel afraid and excited at the same time, that's when I know this is the film I need to do. So this is the same feeling I had. So my writer Devinidhi Sharma and we were discussing, all of this. I was excited for the possibility of this, that if we make this happen, that's what excites you, right? And of course there is the understanding of craft within you, that you can pull it off. Certain things certain things you want to know. But Bhavna, I must tell you that I am the sort of I come again from the school of thought where I want to grow through a film. I'm that sort of a guy who wants the filmmaking process to make me grow. I feel that, like, I've never worked with Aamir sir before. Is that scary? Hugely scary. But is that exciting? Of course, yes. I'll do anything to be next to him. Because that's what I really want to do. Do I have all these skill sets? Who knows? I don't know. Let me jump in and figure my way out. Because I think as long as your anxiety is not debilitating, I think it's very exciting.
Absolutely.
It's the same. I
think we have a negative connotation to anxiety. Sometimes it's positive.
It is positive. You saw Inside Out 2?
Of course. I mean, I get what you're saying.
So I took my family out and it made so much sense. There is positive anxiety, there's negative anxiety. So positive anxiety, great. Negative anxiety, you should not have. Positive anxiety it's the same. I mean, like, if I'm going to meet, suppose I'm going to go and tell a girl that I want to propose to her, there will be that butterflies, right?
Of course,
So if somebody says, you're going through a lot of anxiety, actually don't go and tell it to that girl.
That will cause more anxiety.
Or go and tell it to a girl who you're not anxious about. No, I want to do this.
True.
Anxiety gaya bhaad mein. That's how you kind of attack it.
You have to approach it that way, I guess.
So I think this script was just so beautiful, and it gave, as an audience, I loved it first. First of all, I loved it as an audience, and then there is a filmmaker, the opportunity to work with the Sitaare. That was hugely exciting. The opportunity to work with, later on when Aamir sir said yes, that working with a person like Aamir sir is again a, there were so many gifts in this movie journey that I could kind of
But I have two questions from this now, because one is, like you said, that you want every project, like through every project you want to grow as a filmmaker and as a human being itself. So after this project, what is that one thing that you learnt about yourself as a filmmaker which you perhaps didn't before? Second, because this is your first project with Aamir, and I believe a lot of people have this preconceived notion, especially when you're working or collaborating with Aamir, that he really is he will micromanage things, is what a lot of people say. Now tell me from your experience, what was that like?
First, I'll take the second question.
Okay.
He never micromanages. He's a great leader. He empowers people. He will never micromanage, because I feel he's so busy in his life. And he is so one of the topmost Why would he want to get up in the morning and say, okay, today I'm going to micromanage people? No, it's not like that. I feel Aamir sir is in fact one of the best collaborators I've had in my life.
Yeah.
And the amount of freedom I've got on this project is absolutely, I'm very grateful for. I think Aamir sir is a wonderful leader. Once he realizes that the team that he has assembled is working for the film, then he just has a whale of a time. Like on set, he was like, you saw the behind the scenes, he was like enjoying and all that. See, I feel what happens, Bhavna, is that I had conversations with people, you know, who have actually worked with him. So people who have actually worked with him have a very different thing to say. He actually empowers people. He actually is. See, I'm a small director who he gave me such a big film for. Why would he do that? And he, in fact, is very respectful towards every department, from the writer to the DOP. You should be on set. In fact, if you are on set, you'll see the way he respects all the assistants. So I would say that he's a very, very, very empowering person.
Can I be a fly on the wall when you're directing next? Maybe I can learn then.
My pleasure. So you pray that my next is also with Aamir sir, so
I
you could
hope
be
so
on that.
too. No,
but I mean, if you meet him, you know his energy.
Of
so
course,
what energy you get with him in interviews is the same energy he's on set. He's very open. He's very encouraging of people. See, he's a very senior person. If he makes us feel intimidated, no, we cannot work.
Yeah, true.
So he knows that okay, these are kids, we should not, I should kind of give them time to, you know, and the first question was what?
About what did you learn about yourself during this entire process?
It's a great question. You know, I always felt that thanks to my parents and my granny and my wife and all the people, that I am an empathetic person, but to kind of put others, you know, take care of others more is something that is an evolving process, right? True. There is a Gulshan inside me, not in terms of the dialogues he cracks or whatever, but you know, when you are a director, when you're following your passion, no, you kind of, you have a razor sharp focus on your, you know, kind of career and all that. Then when I went with this journey with Aamir sir also and our Sitaare and all that, Aamir sir also was going through this journey of taking care of his family and spending time. So I learnt a lot about caring for others. I learnt a lot more empathy. I feel I'm empathetic, but I was not actioning that empathy as much. So now I think I'm actioning it a lot more. And thanks to the Sitaare, I've learnt how to take care of my loved ones a little more. I think it's a very big. You cannot match the Sitaare in their empathy and kindness.
No, and I get what you're saying. I feel sometimes it's easy to write kind words than being kind in person. You know, because I can see that duality between
passive
people.
and active.
You know.
So for example, with me and my wife, I always used to. She's a lovely human being. She's way kinder than I ever can be. But like, you know, I say, I love you. But that's theory. Have you shown that love? That's the learning we all go through, right? So same way with my kids now. Now I feel somewhere sitting with the parents of Sitaare, I have taken parenting notes. Literally, I've told them that you're teaching us how to be better parents. You know, so at least in this movie I've realized the importance of it. I might be a very bad student of it, but
as long as you're willing to learn. I think that the willingness is what
willingness is 100 on 100. My teacher used to say in school that do effort to मारते हैं,
effort to marks मिलेंगे ही, वो तो पक्का है.
She always used to give +5 for effort.
So that is what matters, you know. At least we are making an effort, and that is what is important. Lastly, now I want to know from you, the film is coming out, and what is that one, because there's so much going on, and I'm in the trailer itself, so I'm assuming it's going to be a whirlwind of emotions when we watch the film. What is that one thing that, apart from empathy, and what's that one thing that you hope people can take away, be it in terms of messaging or be it in terms of just feeling a little more for them? Like, what is that one thing that you hope people can?
Well, I will not reveal too much about it, because that's I think the magic of cinema in the theatre. So all I'd love to say is this movie is releasing in the theatres only on June 20th and is going to release in theatres only. I think as a family, if I were an audience member, here is a film that I can take my whole family to. My father, mother, in-laws, uncle, auntie and my kids. It's been some time where I could say that about, you know, I can take as a family.
True.
I feel that if you feel happy while watching this film. That for me as a director, I would consider it
To be
the
a win.
goal of the film has been touched.
Yeah.
Because I feel that happiness is something which is very beautiful, and Sitaare will teach us time and again to be happy. It happened to us on set, it happened to us on rehearsal. Jitna bhi hum stress mein rahe, they'll say, sir, be happy. You saw that video of Rishi where he says happy, 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 happy. So I think the energy of Sitaare is happiness.
Yeah.
And if that gets translated, which we really feel
It will.
excited about, that it will. In
Yeah.
the trailer also, people have
Yeah.
told me, why, what is this? Why am I feeling this way? And I'm
Yeah.
like, welcome to the world of Sitaare. That's their
Yeah.
energy, you know.
Yeah.
So I feel their energy of happiness, if it translates in the big screen, we are excited for that to happen.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, and all the very best.
Thank you.
I hope that next we sit like this
Yeah.
just for the success interview of Sitaare
Oh,
Zameen
sweet.
Par. Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you.